It began with a voyage, but it turned into a conquest. When Christopher Columbus set sail in 1492, he had no idea he was about to change the world forever. What followed was an era of exploration, exploitation, and colonization that reshaped entire civilizations. But how did it all happen? And what were the consequences? Stay with us as we dive deep into the colonization of America between 1492 and 1600. For centuries, Europe had been searching for new trade routes to Asia. Then, in 1492, an ambitious Italian navigator named Christopher Columbus convinced the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella to finance his daring voyage westward. His goal? To reach the riches of Asia by sailing across the Atlantic. But Columbus didn't find Asia. Instead, he landed in the Caribbean, encountering the indigenous Taino people. Though his initial reports spoke of friendly natives and untapped wealth, the reality of what was to come was far darker. With Columbus's discovery, Spain wasted no time sending more expeditions. Soon after, conquistadors like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro arrived, leading ruthless campaigns that toppled two of the greatest native empires, the Aztecs and the Incas. Cortés arrived in Mexico in 1519 with just a few hundred men, but used diplomacy, deception, and superior weaponry to bring down the mighty Aztec Empire by 1521. Similarly, Pizarro conquered the Incas in South America by 1533. But it wasn't just the Spanish swords that caused devastation. European diseases like smallpox wiped out millions of indigenous people. While Spain was building its vast empire, other European powers took notice. Portugal, France, and England all sought their share of the New World's riches. The Portuguese claimed Brazil, while the French focused on Canada, establishing fur trade networks with native tribes. Meanwhile, the English made their first attempts at colonization, most famously at Roanoke in 1587, which mysteriously vanished. Beyond conquest, the colonization of America also triggered the Columbian Exchange, a massive transfer of people, animals, plants, and ideas between the Old and New Worlds. Europe gained crops like potatoes, corn, and tomatoes, revolutionizing diets, while the Americas received horses, cattle, and devastating diseases. This period saw rapid European expansion, the establishment of plantations, and the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade, as demand for labor in the colonies grew. The world was changing, but not for the better for everyone. By 1600, European colonies had begun to take root across the Americas, but resistance was fierce. Indigenous people fought to defend their lands, but the tide of colonization was unstoppable. The colonization of America set the stage for centuries of conflict, cultural transformation, and power struggles. It reshaped the world as we know it, leading to new nations, but at a terrible cost. The story of colonization is not just history, it's a legacy we still live with today. What do you think was the most significant consequence of this era? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history content. See you in the next episode.